out for us the bulls and the bears, what people are saying right now.
Right. So the big thing that's going on is Elon Musk sort of pulled out all the stops at the end of last month and hit this big milestone, 5,000 cars per week, which is, really impressive. Tesla is, a mass manufacturer now, which was the goal. The question is, basically, how much money did it cost to do that? They did all these crazy things, including, building this tent. So how bad is that going to affect Tesla's bottom line? And then how sustainable is this? Can they keep making these cars at this pace or even speed the pace up, despite all of the crazy things that they did to get there?
So, Colin, which way do you lean? I mean, Bloomberg has a story out today that says the clouds are darkening over Tesla. Are they really?
We think short term, actually, the risk is probably to the upside here. What we're looking at on the quarter is really cash gross margins. And the bull case is predicated on the idea that they'll be able to make a lot of Model 3s and generate cash from that manufacturing. Now, the bear case has gotten a lot of steam, especially recently, given all the struggles that the company's had and all of the special one-time effort that they made to hit these production goals. So as we look at what they're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, and specifically on Wednesday, speaking to those cash gross margins is any sort of good news is going to drive the stock higher. Now, over the long term, we have a significant amount of concern around sustainability, especially given the fact that the company's not willing to raise money here. We think the company would be well served to put some cash on the balance sheet, extend their runway, and get focused on execution rather than all of the press releases and noise that they've got in the public realm.
Max, is it looking for any sort of good news kind of a low bar?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'll just throw in one other thing that people are going to be looking at, which is the demeanor of Mr. Musk. In the last earnings call, he sort of snapped at some of the sort of more difficult questions from Wall Street analysts. So I think one good sign, and this is going to be a low bar, but if he is able to play it cool, if the call is sort of uneventful in terms of any outbursts, that'll probably be taken as a good sign as well.
Colin, Musk has had a lot of ups and downs. He's recently apologized for some of the things he said on Twitter. You are one of the analysts that he's insulting analysts across the board. How do you feel about Musk's behavior?
I think it's a difficult job to be the CEO of a public company. I think he needs to grow up and be able to handle the job.
Other CEOs don't behave that way.
Sure, they don't behave that way, but they're under a lot of pressure, and I'll say that I don't think it's respectful, and I don't think it's right, but it is what it is, and I have a job to do, and I'll do my job.
Max, talk to us about some of the other things that Elon Musk has been working on, and to Steve Eisman's point, it's that Musk is a visionary, but he has an execution problem. Now Tesla is working on direct delivery from the factory to the home. All of these things sound great, but isn't it just about getting as many cars out as possible and making sure it doesn't hit the bottom line?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on how you see this company. I mean, the sort of really optimistic case is that all of these new things that Elon Musk is doing, including something as small as, delivering cars directly from the factory, but as large as sort of new models or autonomous vehicles, or sort of reimagining the energy grid, that's all sort of future stuff. So if Elon is able to keep pulling these tricks out of his hat, pulling these rabbits out of his hat, then that looks really good. On the other hand, the other way of looking at this company is it's just a car company that's having trouble getting cars out the door, and that's bad if that's all you are. So that's kind of where the tension is.
Colin, final thoughts. You've got about 20 seconds.
We think there is a big vision here. We think the execution issues are weighing this company down, and they need to make some decisions about how focused they're going to get on this execution and whether they're going to make some changes in the management team to be able to fulfill that vision.